Hello, my name is Christopher Earl, and I'm the Assistant Deputy Director and Southern California Regional Advisor at the California Office of the Small Business Advocate. I support the efforts of the office by serving as the lead within the team on innovation initiatives. With the state facing global competition for talent and leadership in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as well as research and education, California must expand its innovation capacity by leveraging resources, creativity, and ingenuity that exists across all geographic regions of the state. Through the Accelerate California Inclusive Innovation Hubs, or Accelerate California Hubs as we call it here in OSBA, will catalyze and foster innovation ecosystems across the state. This program aims to advance critical technology development, address industry challenges, foster collaboration and partnerships across industry, academia, government, with the aim of stimulating economic growth and job creation. The hubs will serve as a conduit to regional innovation and talent. Diversity, equity, inclusion are intentional and meaningfully embedded at the core of this program. Today, I have a guest joining me from within the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. Trelynd Bradley, how are you today?
Great, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm really excited to talk with you today about innovation. But first, before we get into our discussion, could you give us some background on yourself and also the role you have within the Governor's Office?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. And thank you to the California Office of the Small Business Advocate for having me join today to talk about the topics that I know we're going to talk about. My name is Trey Bradley. I am the Deputy Director of Sustainable Freight and Supply Chain Development within the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, or GO-Biz. And as the Deputy Director within the Office of Supply Chain, my role and my office's unit is really at the forefront of understanding the complete supply chain ecosystem within California and what are the opportunities in the nexus in which they connect. California has a diversity of supply chain assets and resources across the state. We have some of the largest ports in the world. We have a robust rail and freight system, but we also have new supply chain opportunities that are emerging due to nearshoring and to working on different projects across the state. So there's a lot going on in the space of supply chain currently, and very excited to be able to share some of the new opportunities here today with you.
Thank you for that, Trey. Also, look, let's get into that a little bit. Could you give us some insight into some of the emerging projects within the state that you're working on or potentially just monitoring at this point?
Yeah, Chris. So one of the really exciting opportunities within California is kind of the space of supply chain development. We're in a fascinating time within the United States where we are rebuilding and restoring and creating new supply chains domestically here within the U.S. for the reason that we have humongous goals in the climate economy and for ensuring that we have manufacturing capacity for those materials and supply chains here within the United States and here within California, which speaks to kind of what are the opportunities here in California. One of them that we spend a lot of time thinking about and working on across not only GO-Biz, but other state agencies and local agencies is the opportunity that is presented by critical materials. And so a critical material is by definition an item, a material that may be at threat of supply chain disruption or something that is necessary for products that are in our everyday lives. So, for example, they are things like rare earth elements, which are the bottom elements on the periodic table. It's lithium, which is also on the periodic table. It's boron. These are elements that are needed for things like semiconductors, for electric vehicle batteries, for zero-emission vehicle magnets, for wind turbine blades, for the magnets and wind turbines, for the screen that I'm speaking to you on. I always make the comment. You've probably touched, multiple items just in, the beginning of your day that have, dozens of critical minerals in them that are necessary to make those products and build them into fruition. Here in California, we have one of the densest critical material ecosystems in the world, which is truly a remarkable opportunity. We have the only rare earth facility in the Western Hemisphere, and combined with China, California now produces over 75% of the world rare earth supply, necessary for semiconductors, zero emission vehicles, for aerospace and defense. And that has only happened within the last several years that has taken place. President Biden awarded that project $35 million, and Governor Newsom, as California was the only state to join President Biden on the national stage last year, highlighting this Restoring Domestic Supply Chains initiative. And not only rare earths, but we also have one of the largest concentrations of lithium. We have over a dozen lithium projects now within California, including some of the most fascinating, unique opportunities in lithium development, which is located near our Salton Sea region, which we have noted as Lithium Valley and Imperial Valley. And that opportunity is really fascinating, because it is the ability to extract lithium from 100% renewable geothermal power. And so, we can take the lithium straight from geothermal power. It's not like a typical mining process. It's really a new way of thinking about critical material extraction, and using that product for then making electric vehicle batteries and the likes, which will go into hundreds of thousands of vehicles looking into the future. But not only lithium, but we have one of the largest concentrations of boron. Combined with Turkey, California also provides over 75% of boron globally. And so, boron is in so many products and screens for electronics. It is in armor for defense and vehicles in that space. And it's also an important element for semiconductors and zero emission vehicle magnets as well. So we have kind of a nexus of all of these different critical material resources located here in California, and they're all emerging and advancing all simultaneously at the same time. And that opportunity is really unique for our state, not only for the immediate term, for developing those resources to address some of the nearshoring challenges we currently have, but also for the future. It allows for innovative development to take place near those projects. It allows opportunities for potential manufacturing right nearby, services, and associated development with those projects, what they will mean for the clean economy, what they will mean for aerospace and defense, what they will mean for other advanced manufacturing spaces is really a huge opportunity for the state.
That is truly fascinating, Trey. And as you speak there, when you talk about the supply chain and the development of those supply chains, I think about job creation and growth and development of regional economies. And as you're speaking, I'm thinking, wow, the impact and the ripple effect of what the success of these projects will bring to those local economies. And the stimulation of the job creation and growth is something that the Office of the Small Business Advocate, is very focused on. And so I think, there's a lot of correlation to your efforts and those within our office. And, I think that is, some of the things that we like to highlight when we talk about economic development within a regional economy. And, these are the things that we like to see when we talk about these innovative type of regions and new development of technologies and things of that nature. And I think that really ties into the overall kind of purpose of what Accelerate California is about. It really, uniquely harnessing California's research and development, science and technology, as well as that investment capital, those angel and venture capital networks, really aiming to catalyze robust partnerships across scientific and technological innovation, really with the goal of positively impacting those economies within geographic areas. And at the same time, really advancing our national competitiveness. And so again, Trey, I thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. And if anyone is interested in this topic, I encourage you to go explore online. We have multiple agencies that are now working on this effort. You can always search in the news. This topic is getting highlighted quite frequently, especially within the past year. Explore the opportunity. We have also a document that's an overview of the critical material ecosystem on our website at business.ca.gov under publications, under Office of Supply Chain. And you can read all about these mineral resources and what they're used for and the projects that currently exist. Thank you so much, Chris, and to the Office of Small Business Advocate. I really appreciate this opportunity and being able to highlight this massive opportunity for the state of California and for our nation and for all of the businesses and entrepreneurs regionally and beyond.
Thank you, Trey. It was a pleasure.
This is Trelynd Gray, Director of CalOSBA, reminding you that supporting small strengthens us all.